Hello, my name is Sam and I attend Churchill Praise on a Sunday evening. I wanted to share a short thought with you today about disappointment. I find in myself when I'm disappointed that I have a few reactions. Firstly, I either moan about it, mope about it, be really sad about it, and take a while to accept it and move on. Or I try and think about it in a bigger sense. Maybe I didn't get what I wanted because it wasn't the right time. Maybe I didn't get what I wanted because I wasn't ready for it. Maybe I didn't get what I wanted because someone else needed it more. The first approach is obviously quite destructive. It wastes a lot of time and it steals joy. But it's easier to react that way because that's our human nature. That's feelings. That's when we go by our feelings and not what we know. I know that everyone uses this Bible verse, but for me, it just helps me with pretty much any disappointment I ever face in my life. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I was trying to think of a specific example of when I've been really disappointed and how it's worked out for the good in the end. So in 2016, I was ready to be qualified as a teacher and I was looking for jobs and I was applying for jobs and I was having job interviews. My first interview didn't go so well. I pretty much knew I wasn't going to get that job and that was fine. I wasn't really disappointed because I thought it was my first time, I didn't really know what to expect. The second interview, I felt really prepared, really confident, and I thought, do you know what? I might get this one. I didn't get it. I was disappointed, but it was a little bit out of my area, so I wasn't too disappointed. I thought, it's okay, I'll try again. Third time, I read all about the school. It sounded amazing. It was really close to where I wanted to live. It just seemed incredible and I thought, do you know what? This is a really nice school. This would be the perfect job. Then I had the interview and I didn't get it. They called me and said that I was close. And I felt really disappointed then because I started to think, oh, if I only had done this differently, if I only had done that differently, if I only had said this thing. So I kind of started to wallow a little bit and think, I don't know what to do now. Should I even apply for any more jobs? Even though it'd only been 3. But this is what I'm saying about disappointment. We can react so negatively sometimes. Anyway, obviously I continued to apply. Then the 4th interview I had, the circumstances were so different. This head teacher had offered me to be interviewed at the school I was doing my placement at, which obviously takes away a lot of the nerves and stress because you know that class and you have a rapport with them, you know those children, you know what they need, you know how to engage with them, you have a relationship with them, so it's much different. It's much more different than going to a school where you've never met any of the children or the teachers or knowing where the children are working at or anything like that. So I have that interview and it goes really well. Then I have my formal interview a few days later where the head teacher of that school tells me on the spot that she'd already decided that she wanted to employ me. And I'm just like, wow, how is that even possible? When I was so disappointed that I didn't get that other job. And then I've just got this one so easily. And now I reflect 4 years on, and the school that I am at now is 100% where I need to be, where I should be, where I am happy. I've met so many good friends there. I've got good relationships with my colleagues there. And I've just been really blessed by working there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you might find yourself in a situation where you've been really disappointed, where you haven't got what you wanted, but in the future you'll understand why, and you'll get something that's way beyond what you could have imagined. But you have to keep that hope in God and that trust in God that He knows what's best for you. He will give you the desires of your heart, but you have to trust Him to do that in His timing. And that's the tricky part.